Hello everyone, this is the teaser video for this coming Sunday, August 24th. Hopefully everyone is doing well. We're going to be looking at a story in Genesis, chapter 41, verses 9 through 13 is what we're going to read, but you want to read the whole story, but this is Genesis 41, verses 9 through 13. This is the end when the cupbearer, if the story of the baker, the cupbearer, and Joseph in prison. This is the end of the story when the cupbearer remembers and tells Pharaoh about the Hebrew, or tell about Joseph, who knows how to interpret dreams. And if you remember if you remember, Joseph, when he interprets the dream, says to cupbearer, when you get out, remember me. Let Pharaoh know about me, remember me. But cupbearer gets out, and it's 2 years later. He's forgotten all about Joseph. And then when Pharaoh has his dream in Genesis 41, the cupbearer then remembers, oh, my shortcomings. I was supposed to tell you about this guy I knew in prison, and he remembers now. And my question is, in today's society, America's society, where we're a very individualistic society, how often, or is it, I think it is very often, where people say they're going to do something and they don't follow through. They in somebody's prayer life, they say, hey, I'll pray for you or pray for that, and then they really never actually do. Or, hey, yeah, if you do this, I'll get you back and I'll do this, and then they never follow through. I kind of have a little cynic side to me where I'm actually more surprised when people do follow through with what they said they're going to do than I am shocked that they don't follow through. So that's just, again, my little on the cynical side, because I've heard too many people. I mean, I've had so many people say, hey, yeah, we'll come to church on Sunday, and they never show. So I'm surprised when people actually do. So when we think of comments like that, or think about people as they climbed up their career path and they forgot the people to help them get there. But if we see that as common as individuals, and you may know people who don't follow through, or I think we've all been guilty of sometime maybe we didn't follow through with something we said we were going to do, then why are we surprised when politicians don't follow through with their campaign promises? It's kind of part of our culture where people don't really follow through. But what I want to discuss in my class, but I want you to dig deeper in, is, okay, 2 years later, the cupbearer remembers, and Joseph, was able to interpret the Pharaoh's dream. Joseph rises to power, and he helps save Egypt and his own family from a famine that's coming. Now, the easiest answer somebody's going to do, and this really eliminates the whole discussion, well, it happened in God's time. It happened as God wanted it to happen. But what I want to really talk about is, do you think it happened? Joseph had to sit in prison 2 years. God had him sit in there another 2 years until he knew that he's going to need Joseph to save all the people from the famine, and he used the dream. Or did God really wanted Joseph out earlier, but the cupbearer didn't follow through with his promise, so then the Pharaoh had to dream about the famine, so it would jog the cupbearer's memory, and that got Joseph out to, again, do the great things he did for the famine, to not only save Egypt, but save so many others, including his own family and relatives. But really, I want to discuss that whole idea of not following through and how it affects this story, and then look at that in our own lives. So that's going to be the challenge. Dig in, have an opinion, just don't do the scape out of, hey, it happened at God's time how he wanted it to happen. We know God's going to make sure his plan gets fulfilled, but do you think if cupbearer were followed through and Joseph was out 2 years earlier, the plan could have been done a different way? That's all I want you to think about. So until I see you on Sunday, take care and be safe.